Let's have a quick conversation about building a product ecosystem this year, okay? The thing is, if you want to make money in a consistent manner in e-commerce, you have to really have a clear idea about your product ecosystem. So basically, I want to really explain to you what ecosystem really is when it comes to e-commerce and how to really leverage everything to make sure you have the best product ecosystem. So let me first define for you what a product ecosystem really is, so you're clear about what the ins and outs of the concept really are. So basically, if you think about a product ecosystem, this is a thoughtfully designed family of product offerings that complement each other and boost the overall customer experience when used together. Let me explain once again. I want to repeat the definition. A product ecosystem is a thoughtfully designed family of product offerings that complement each other and boost the overall customer experience when used together. What that means is that you are thinking about adding value. You're thinking about what the customer is thinking about when purchasing one or more products. And you're putting yourself in the customer's shoes and you are anticipating the needs that he or she has. Okay. So a well designed product ecosystem will help your customers understand why your products work better together, right? It's all about the complementary or the complementary. How do I say it? Your products should be seen as complementary. That's the bottom line. So these ecosystems can consist of products, services, or combinations of the two. So if you have products, for instance, you can have a furniture collection, services, a task management app that releases a separate meeting scheduler, or you can have combinations of the two. So gaming systems that actually combine consoles with online game memberships. So one thing I want to explain here is that product ecosystems make purchase decisions easier by showing customers exactly which pieces work together, eliminating the guesswork of mixing and matching across brands. Okay, so for retail brands, for instance, a product ecosystem drives revenue through a deep loyalty because customers actually invest in multiple complementary items, naturally reaching for additions from the same trusted brand instead of experimenting with competitors. So let's talk about how to build a product ecosystem this year. I mean, one thing you need to understand is that when it comes to a product ecosystem in this economy, it's just an opportunity for you to increase your revenue. Okay, it's for you to also increase the average conversion rate, but also your the kind of base that you create when it comes to customer base, because the right product expansion can do a lot of things. For instance, it can help you build market dominance. You can become a market leader. It can increase revenue, and it can also increase or strengthen, if you will, customer loyalty. Okay. Now, one thing you need to remember is that this is a double-edged sword. Why? Because the wrong moves can lead to a brand dilution, a phenomenon where customers lose trust in your core offering. Okay, so to actually ensure success as you grow from one product to a powerful portfolio, the first thing I want you to do is to research your customers and competition. Whatever you offer, whatever you offer in your product ecosystem, you have to really make sure that that offer matches your customers' expectation. It's all about it's all about answering their pain points. It's all about researching what your customers' problems are and finding solution to those problems. Okay, in building your product ecosystem. So if you expand into categories your target audience doesn't want or need, you are risking actually you are risking to lose money because your product ecosystem will be doomed from the start. So, understanding exactly how customers use your current products and what frustrates them about the experience reveals genuine opportunities for expansion this year. So, what you want to do is that you got to really go a little further in identifying, let's say, you have to identify gaps in your customers' routines where your brand could naturally fit. For instance, customer feedback might reveal that while your customers love your high impact athletic sneaker, They also want something more lightweight for recovery days. So this offers, if you think about it, a natural expansion opportunity. Okay, so that's really important. And also, you want to keep a close eyes on which competitors have built their own successful ecosystem, noting their pros and cons, their successes, but also missteps. Study how established brands in your space have grown from single products into multiple collections. So, if you want to research your customers and competition, there are a few ways to gather information. You can do so through customer surveys, for instance. So surveys are really great. Okay, you want to send targeted questions to your current customers about their habits, their preferences, and pain points around your category. Those items should be around your category so that you don't waste time and you don't waste your own time, but also your customers' time. That's important. You also want to think about social listening. Okay, this is another opportunity for you to know what's happening in your market. So monitor conversations about your brand and competitors across platforms like TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram, so you can spot recurrent requests and unmet needs. You can also think about support emails. So what you want to do is you want to review help desk communications to identify common customer problems, complaints, and product requests, and also product reviews. So study feedback. You want to study feedback on your items and competitor products to understand what customers really want and what they value the most. So this sort of a benchmarking analysis will help you actually establish your brand, but also know exactly what kind of complementary products you should be adding to the primary product. Okay. So the first thing is you want to research your customers and competition. Second thing is that you want to really build an expansion roadmap. So your existing customers might want many new products, but it's very, very unrealistic to launch them all at once, right? You want to go step by step. You want to launch the first one, the second one, and the third. So road mapping how your ecosystem evolves means that you are understanding what launches enable others to succeed. Okay. So let me give you an example. If you make premium running shoes and discover demand for both athletic socks and running caps, launching socks first may make strategic sense. They are simple to produce, help you master textile manufacturing with a less complex product, and have a more natural connection to your existing footwear line. Third, you want to test your product expansion. So basically, it's all about being strategic. It's all about being careful as to how you embrace your product ecosystem strategy. Okay, so the allure of a big splashy product launch can be strong. That's for sure, especially if you are in a space that really prioritize, let's say, buzz, right? Especially when you're investing heavily in expanding your product line. However, if you are a company with limited resources, in other words, if your budget is tight, if cash is tight, you got to be measured. You got to be more pragmatic. You got to be more realistic. Okay. So a measured testing approach is often more pragmatic. And the cool thing about testing your product expansion is that it allows you to really correct mistakes as you go along. Testing allows you to validate demand, refine your offering, and ensure each addition makes your ecosystem valuable to customers before scaling up. And so, to do this, you want to invite your most engaged customers to preview and test new products through exclusive beta programs or early access offers. And if you operate internationally, consider a limited release in select markets. So that's kind of cool. And now every industry is different. Okay, specific testing approaches might vary by particular industry. So food brands might start with limited batch releases, while apparel companies may choose to use pre-orders to gauge demand. Right? It's all about you knowing what could really work in your industry. In all, These soft launches reduce your risk of wasted inventory, damaged brand reputation, but also lost customer trust. You do not want to lose customer trust. And those are all costly mistakes you want to avoid during ecosystem development. So it's important to test your product expansion to see what works or what could potentially work and what could potentially not work. It's all about having the the reality of what's happening in your market. Next, you want to leverage your existing products. Okay, if you're thinking about building a product ecosystem step by step, you need to really, after researching your customers and competition, after building an expansion roadmap, and also testing your product expansion, you want to leverage your existing products because your existing products have something that you really should value. You have feedback, you have history on those products. Okay, you have a built-in advantage when expanding your line because your flagship product already has loyal customers. It's not easy to have customers. That's number one. But it's not even easier to have loyal customers. That's number two. So you have the advantage of tapping into, let's say, an existing loyal audience. So start building your successful ecosystem by introducing new items to existing users. Okay, let me give you an example. Think about Apple's product ecosystem. If you have an iPhone or other Apple products, you might get notifications about new Apple TV Plus shows to entertain you on that device. So, this cross pollination strategy shines in Apple's 2024 Mac Mini commercial. Okay, in it, the brand doesn't just display the portable computer, it shows it working in harmony with their Magic Mouse, their Magic Keyboard, their iPhone, and iMac. And this paints a picture of how its products are better together. Think about that, okay? This is really fantastic. So, there are ways to build your existing products when it comes to launching new ones. You can think about bundled offerings. So, create special packages that combine products at a very attractive price point, like a water bottle bundled with your best-selling gym bag. You can have cross-product messaging. So you want to use your current product packaging to promote new items, such as including inserts about your new running shorts in your sneaker boxes. You can also think about complementary samples. So include trial versions of new products with existing purchases, like adding free lipstick samples when shipping your best-selling foundation. And you also want to think about strategic discounts. So offer special pricing to existing customers on new category launches, such as giving customers who bought candles in the past early access pricing on your new diffuser line. Next, if you are trying to build a product ecosystem step by step this year, you also want to evolve based on customer signals. Let me explain a little further. So, one thing that's really happening here is that you want to constantly monitor how customers use your expanding product line through reviews, support tickets, and sales patterns. The reason why you are doing this is because you do not want to make mistakes. And when you are ready to scale, you want to scale with proper data. You want to scale with data that really complements your existing analysis. Okay. In this economy, people's priorities are changing all the time. Their needs are changing, their aspirations are changing, and customers nowadays have access to a larger market, to a global market. If you are, I mean, I like to say that if you are in New York, your competitor is actually not someone in in New Jersey. No, your competitor is someone in Nigeria. Your competitor is somebody who is in Bali. Your competitor is somebody who is in Berlin, Germany, right? You have competitors actually globally now, because as long as someone is trying to really target your market, or your target audience, somebody's trying to target your market, and that person has a better strategy, that person is going to win, big time, big time. Okay, so this is something to really think about. And so basically, when you think about monitoring your customers' habits, you are able to, through those signals, you can really get more information about let's say unexpected opportunities or the need for adjustments. For instance, if customer reviews of your new face oil overwhelmingly mention nighttime use, you want to shift your next launch to additional night treatments instead of the day serums that you had planned. So, this helps users achieve better results by aligning with their actual routines, making your product's ecosystem valuable through real usage patterns. Okay. So, that's really what monitoring really helps you do. So, you want to revisit your product roadmap maybe quarterly, not monthly, it'll be too much. Quarterly, okay? So you can adjust launch sequences and priorities based on clear customer signals as opposed to assumptions. That way, you're sure you're basing your decisions on actual data, on actionable data. So let me talk to you a little bit about some examples here. So if you think about the product ecosystems, it's important to have examples so you have a clear idea of what I'm speaking about. First of all, you have Glacier. Okay, Glacier is really fantastic. Okay, and Emily Weiss launched the Glacier in 2014 with just four skincare products. Today, the beauty ecosystem actually spans every step of a routine from the Future Dew Oil Serum skincare to a Cloud Paint Blush, the makeup and balm.com lip care. And last year, the brand actually added two new fragrances, Glacier You Do and You Rava, showing how deep customer trust enables growth into new beauty territory. So this is really fantastic. This is a brand that you will love if you're looking for a cosmetics brand. By the way, you also have Bruvy. So Bruvy has actually created a smart hardware and consumables ecosystem around the perfect cup of coffee. So you have the Bruvy Brewer combines brewing technology with a sleek design to elevate the at-home coffee experience. So you don't have to go to a let's say like a bar or whatever. No, you can just do it at home. So basically, this product, the Bruvy Bee Pods, come in a growing selection of coffee, tea, and espresso varieties with new options frequently joining the lineup. So after purchasing the brewer, you as a customer have the option of convenient monthly Bee Pod subscriptions, giving the company recurring revenue on top of hardware sales. So that's really fantastic. And you also have Away. So the original Away suitcase has evolved into a complete travel and lifestyle accessories collection. Away now outfits all sorts of bags to support different kinds of movements. So for the daily work track, there is the commuter backpack. The overnight bag is for weekend trips, and the mini crossbody for quick errands. By expanding beyond pure travel into everyday moments, Away has actually positioned itself as a brand for all types of journeys, large and small. So that's really good. So overall, if you think about a product ecosystem, think about a way for you to really expand your revenue base. Okay, that's an important element. But creating an ecosystem for a product shouldn't be complicated. Just remember that you got to really do some research and make sure that you are answering some realistic, like some real life stories, some real life problems. Okay, and but once you are able to do that, you can really make sure that you are going to increase your cash flow big time. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about how to build a product ecosystem. I explained what a product ecosystem is, how to build one, from researching your customers and competition all the way to evolving based on customer signals. And I also give you a few product ecosystem examples. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.